Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. It's time for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. This is Lena Gersa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. And today I am so excited to share the absolutely adorable Cute Halloween suite with you. Now, this suite is just so cute. You do not have to be a Halloween fan to love this suite. In fact, I am not a Halloween fan. We don't decorate for Halloween. We don't really even do much. My son doesn't, well, he's too old now to go trick-or-treating, but even when he was old enough, he wasn't really that big into it. He liked the candy, but he wasn't really into it. So Halloween's not really a thing in our house, but I gotta tell you, this suite is just so cute. So I'm gonna highlight some products for you, show you 3 projects, and probably show you just how sweet, I hope I show you how sweet this suite is, pardon the pun. So let me see who is here today. Pull up my video. All right. Hi, Anne. How are you? Sue, Violet, thank you for joining me today. Now, I have to tell you all, I'm a little bit distracted today. I'm waiting for news on my husband. He went in for surgery at around 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I'm just waiting for some news as to how he did and how the surgery went. So the surgery was supposed to be yesterday. It got bumped to today. Anyway, big, long story. So I'm a little distracted, just kind of, waiting to hear how he did and when he's going to get to come home. So yeah, if I sound kind of out of it, that's why. Too much on the brain today. All right, we are going to get to it. Let's just see who else has joined me. Oh, we've got Debbie, we've got Laura, Linda, Penny, hi Judy. And I do not know how to add closed captioning on a live video. I do not know how. If I did, I absolutely would. I'm sorry. I can add them after the fact. I know that. All right, so I'm going to flip the camera and show you some of the products in the suite, and then we'll get to it, okay? Okay. So here are some of the products in the suite, not all of them. You'll see some of the others as we make the projects. This embossing folder actually isn't in the suite, but I used it on 2 of the projects because I just think it's so cute and so perfect for this suite. But let's talk first of all about the bundles. We have the cutest Halloween stamp set and coordinating punch. Now this punch is currently on back order, but it is due back in stock very soon, like I think next week. So super cute. You can make all sorts of different faces. We've got pumpkins and cats and ghosts and skeletons, some fun sentiments, and then of course the punch, which punches out some of those shapes. Okay, so that's the bundle. And then my favorite thing in this suite, in fact, if there's only one thing that you get from this suite, it should be this paper. The DSP is just fantastic. It's 6 by 6. And it is just fabulous. So we have a black and orange stripe. We've got cute little ghosts. We've got a colored stripe. These little guys, actually some of the ghosts and the cats and the pumpkins coordinate with the punch, which is awesome. Some polka dots. These little bats are my very favorite. We're going to use these guys on a project in a couple of minutes. Some haunted houses and some cute little skeletons. And then of course when we flip them over, the back side of all of these patterns are black and white or gray and white, which is just fantastic for Halloween. Lots of images that we can color or use for neutral backgrounds. So awesome DSP. In fact, you're going to see this a lot on the projects today. And then of course we have the star-crossed embossing folder. This one, as I mentioned, is not part of the suite, but it works so well with it. I actually used it on 2 of the projects that we're going to do today. Okay. All right. Oh, one other thing I should mention. These adorable little tombstone treat boxes. These are huge. Okay, these boxes, they would hold probably about 6 or 7 treat-sized candy bars. So awesome for making Halloween treats, maybe for grown-ups if you don't want your kids to have that much sugar. But super, super cute. They come flat packed like this, and I'm just going to point out because I made the mistake myself. So there is a top and a bottom, and if you layer the two on top of each other, I'm not sure how well it shows, but you can see that one is slightly smaller. So the smaller piece is the bottom of the box, okay, and the larger one is the top. It just fits over top like that. Okay, they just fold together really easily. It comes with the adhesive included, so you just fold these tabs in, take off your adhesive, and fold that in like that. Same thing on this end, and then same thing on the bottom. They're that easy to put together. Super cute and super quick. Woo! I'm throwing stuff around. I just dropped my ribbon scissors. That's not good. All right, let's get to it. So here is our first project. This is one I posted yesterday, all about the DSP here. In fact, the only things that are stamped are this cute little sentiment and this chubby little spider. So let's get to it. So we're going to start with a piece of Smoky Slate cardstock. It's 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then I'm going to bring in my cute little spider stamp and my basic gray ink. And we're going to stamp a few little spiders kind of down the side of our cardstock here. So it's a spider invasion. I apologize to any arachnophobes who are watching. I just think this is the cutest little spider. Okay, so that's all there is to that. Then we have here a piece of that fabulous DSP. This is the one that has the skeletons on one side and this sort of gray stripe on the other. And then we have a piece of basic black cardstock. So this is cut to 3 1/2. Yes, 3 1/2 inches square. And then this one is 3 3/8. You could certainly do 3 1/4. I just like narrow borders, as you likely know if you have watched my videos for any length of time. So we're going to go ahead and layer the DSP onto the black cardstock. Just like that. And we'll add that just like that. Okay. And now before we put this onto our background panel, we need to add some ribbon. Now this ribbon actually comes in a black and white gingham. This is part of the suite. Now this is also on back order, also due in, I hope soon. I can't remember. I haven't looked at the inventory status report in a couple of days. But you'll notice that on my card, I actually colored it so that it was orange and black. So to do that, it is as simple as taking your dark pumpkin pie Stampin' Blends and just running it along your ribbon. It's that easy. A lot of people ask me if it's really as easy as I say it is to color ribbon, but look how easy it is. And the best part is, because this is alcohol, or alcohol-based markers, the alcohol soaks through the ribbon. You don't even have to do the back side. You just really need to do one side. So I need to do enough to run across the front of my card, and then also have enough to tie a bow. So let's just do a little bit more here. So I'm using the brush tip. You'll get better coverage that way. Now this does take a little bit to dry, so maybe we'll just set that aside for a minute and we will stamp our sentiment. So I have here some circles. So I've got 3 circles that are punched from the DSP, and they are going to go onto our square just like this. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then our final circle is pumpkin pie, and that's the one that we're going to stamp our sentiment on. So my sentiment says, "You put a smile on my face," and I absolutely love that. So we're going to ink that up with some black ink. I'm just using Memento Tuxedo Black, and we're going to center that on our little pumpkin pie circle here and stamp it just like that. Okay. So we can go ahead. I'm just going to place my circles onto my background little square here just to get them centered the way I want them so that they're spaced evenly. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of liquid glue, add a little squiggle, and we're going to stick them down. Now I like to use liquid glue anytime I'm doing something that might require me to adjust a little I like to use the liquid glue because it just has that extra little bit of time before it sets up that allows you to move things around. So we'll get this guy on. Come on. There we go. And this little guy, come on, I need some more glue. We are running low. There we go. Okay, and then this little guy is actually going to get popped up with a couple of dimensionals. And just for the heck of it, because we're making a Halloween card, let's use black dimensionals, which I never use. Yeah, I never really understood the need for black dimensionals, but I have some, so we'll use them. All right, so we'll pop this little guy on. Now this one I can't wiggle, right, because I got dimensionals on it. So I want to take my time and make sure I get it exactly where I want it. Okay. And then we have our little critters. Now these guys, these two, the pumpkin and the cat, were punched out of the DSP using the punch. Okay. And then I fussy cut my little skeleton here. So again, we're going to add a couple of dimensionals. And since we've got the black ones out, we're going to use them. Why not? Yes, Louise, this is my original sheet of black dimensionals. You can see how many I've used. And if you've hung around me for any length of time, you know that I'm a dimensionals addict. So yeah, I just never reach for the black ones. I don't really get the need because they're hidden, right? You don't see them. So I don't really know why we need black ones, but that's okay. We have them. I'll use them. You want to buy them? I'll sell them to you. All right, there we go. There is our cute little focal image here. I think this ribbon is dry. Yes, it is. So we are going to lay a little bit of ribbon across the front of our card. So we'll grab our glue dots here and press the end of our ribbon into a glue dot. And we're going to lay this across, I don't know, about an inch up from the bottom, right about there. Now I'm going to have to cut this with my paper snips because I dropped my ribbon scissors behind my desk and I'm not going to get on my hands and knees on live video to get them. So we'll just have to make do with paper snips for now. So we're going to stick this guy down just like that. Okay. And then we're going to add our cute little focal image. Now this is going to go on so it's has an equal border on 3 sides, right? So we're going to stick this down flat. I'm going to add a little bit of seal. Now this is a brand new refill here, so I got to get her going. There we go. And we'll pop this guy on right about here. There we go. Okay. And then that is going to go on to a basic black card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. Oh, Deb, a wine sale is a very good reason to be late for Tuesday Alive at 5. Did you buy some for me? I could use some after this week. All right. We are going to add our card front to our card base. So we'll add a little bit of adhesive here. Louise, you might have a bit of a trip. Deb is in Calgary, so I think all of Calgary needs wine with everything that's going on COVID-wise there right now. And that's not meant to make light. It is not a good situation there right now. All right, so there is our cute little card front. Now we need to tie ourselves a bow. Did I make enough? I think so. So to make our bow, I'm just going to take my ribbon, make 2 little loops, cross left over right, bring it around and through. And there's my cute little black and orange bow for Halloween. We'll trim our tails so they're nice and even. And then that is going to go on right about there with a glue dot. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're done with fall. I'm actually loving this weather. I'm not loving all the rain, but I am loving the cooler weather. It is so much nicer to teach in a classroom that isn't sweltering while wearing full PPE. It's so much nicer. And I cannot wait for the leaves to really get going. So, all right, so there is our cute little card. Now we're going to add some embellishments as soon as I figure out where I put them. Put them in a different kit. Let's pull these guys out of here. All right, so the embellishments that are included in this suite are these adorable little stars. They're called cute stars. They're self-adhesive sequins, okay? There's 2 sizes, a large and a small, in each of 3 colors. So we're just gonna go ahead and add some of these cute little stars to the front of our card here. So we'll add a couple of orange ones. These ones are kind of like a purpley iridescent. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna skip those. I'm just gonna do orange and black on this one. We'll use the purple ones on another card. We'll do that. Little guy there. Let's do a big black one. Let's do one over here. I'm using lots because I can, and they're cute. Okay, now the last step, I almost forgot. We need to add our cute little spider crawling onto our sentiment here. So I am going to grab my black ink. No, I'm not. I'm going to use my gray ink. I'm using my basic gray. And just a little scrap of Smoky Slate cardstock. So we're going to pop that on. That's great, Deb. I'm glad you're getting deals on liquor at least, because yeah, it's not a good time to be an Albertan with COVID things happening out there. So I stamped my little spider, and I'm just gonna quickly fussy cut him out. I'm not being super careful. You could, if you really wanted to, I suppose, cut each little leg out, but I'm not taking the time to do that right now. So we're just gonna kind of cut straight and in and straight and in, just to give him a little bit of definition, but not a ton. We'll just kind of go around his legs here and clean that up like that. Okay, and then we can add our cute little spider. We're just going to add a glue dot to the back of him, and we'll just pop them onto our sentiment just like that. Isn't that cute? So fun. Now on the inside of my sample, I added a white panel because it is a black card base. You're going to need an extra layer to stamp on. And added another sentiment from the stamp set and another cute little spider. Okay, so there is a sweet Halloween card, my kind of Halloween card. So let's get that out of the way and make some room for number 2. Number 2 is this one. Now I posted this yesterday, I believe. Again, so cute. And this one I'm not even going to stamp. I've already done the heat embossing. That's it. Super quick and easy. So if you are somebody who likes fussy cutting, you can do what I tend to do and sit in front of the TV with a couple of sheets of the DSP and just fussy cut out the images. And then you have a stash of cute images to use for your projects. Okay, so this piece of Highland Heather cardstock is 4 by 5¼ inches, and I've embossed it using that, where is it? Star-crossed. There it is. Star-crossed embossing folder. Okay, it's just it's so fun. Like, how cute is it for this card? I wasn't sure about this folder when it first showed up in the catalog. I was like, why would you want 2 different patterns? But it's actually really fun and whimsical. So it's one you may want to take a second look at. So I have 3 rectangular postage stamps that I punched out of the DSP, and they are going to kind of get arranged on the front of my card, kind of like this. Okay, my trick or treat is going to go down here. So I just kind of want to get them laid out and spaced kind of the way I'm going to want them, kind of like that. Okay, I might move this guy up just a touch. And I'm not going to glue them down yet. I just kind of want to have an idea of where they're going to go. All right. Okay. Next, we have these cute little skeletons. So each one is going to go on to one of the postage stamps. And of course, we're going to pop them up. And of course, we're going to use a black dimensional because why not? So we're going to pop one little skeleton on here. I love this little guy with the bird on his head. Now I'm actually going to crack out my minis. Oh, I've actually used 4 mini black dimensionals. I have no idea when. I've had them for quite some time, so who knows. That little guy is going to go right about there. So we're going to stick him on. Yeah, it's a great folder, Louise. Like I said, I wasn't entirely sold on it when I first saw it. But you know, I bought it anyway because that's what I do. But then once I started playing with it, it's really fun, and it works for so many cute sort of whimsical cards. Be really cute for a baby card as well. All right, so on that same DSP that has the skeleton heads, we have these little tombstones. So I thought they would be fun to kind of cut out as well. Now before I do that, I'm actually going to glue my pieces on. So we're gonna again use our liquid glue because it gives us that wiggle time. So we'll just add a little squiggle of glue to the back of our postage stamp and kind of stick it down where we want them. Oh, that's a great idea, Louise. Cutting it at an angle. That's a great idea. Yeah, for 2 different cards. See, you guys are so smart. I love hanging out with you guys every Tuesday. You give me lots of inspiration. I'm going to have to try that now, Louise, now that you've said that. All right. So this guy's going to go on. Oh, too low. So I just kind of want to make sure that my borders are about the same at the sides here. This guy I'm not going to put on yet because we're going to do a little bit more to him. So we're going to add just a smidge of glue to each one of these little tombstones and kind of tuck them in behind or around our little skulls. Just cute, cute, cute. This paper is so fun to fussy cut too. These little skeleton, or what are they, skulls I guess, are really, really easy to fussy cut. Okay, now we are going to add a little bit of twine. Now this one I've already colored. This is the Playful Pets black and white baker's twine. It comes in a combo pack with some stitched red ribbon as well. And I love this black and white, but I wanted it to coordinate with my, I didn't want quite as much contrast. I wanted to have the purple in there. So I just took my Highland Heather blends and colored the twine, just the same way that I did my ribbon. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is tie my bow. So when I'm tying a twine bow, I make my loop and I just wrap it around. I don't actually do 2 loops. Otherwise, I find if I do 2 loops, it gets quite bulky. Okay, so just 1 loop tied around, not actually tying a knot really. So we're going to trim this off, and then I'm going to need to ink a little bit more of my twine here because I didn't do enough to cover or to give me my little bit to wrap around my sentiment. So again, I'm just using the brush tip of my dark Highland Heather blends. And now with the twine, you do have to kind of roll it to make sure that you cover the whole thing. The twine isn't really flat. It's kind of round. So you just want to make sure that you kind of roll it to make sure you get all sides covered. And then we'll trim this off. We're going to fold it in half, and then that is going to just run along the edge of my sentiment. So this is stamped in Versamark and Heat Embossed in white, and then again punched with that awesome rectangular postage stamp punch. That's another one that, you know, people look at and they go, what do I need a postage stamp punch for? Well, I've never actually used it as a postage stamp. I actually use it for all kinds of things. It's a great shape for, you know, adding accents behind images. It's a great shape for sentiments. It's a good one. So again, take a second look at that one if you haven't already picked it up, because it is a great one. All right, so let's trim off our excess there, and then we're going to add our bow just in that upper corner. So we'll just take and roll our glue dot and press, whoops, we want a glue bugger, we don't want a tube of glue. Now it's stuck to my fingers. All right, we're gonna just plop that down right there, and then press our knot into our glue bugger there. Okay, and then that is going to go onto our card with a couple of dimensionals. Again, we'll use black because we can. So we'll just add a couple of those. And then that is going to go on. Again, I just want to kind of watch that I have about an equal border on the side here. And then I'm straight. Okay, I'm going to make my loops just a teensy bit smaller if I can. I've already glued it, so it might be, yeah, not possible. That's okay. We just have a big bow here. Okay, that is ready to glue onto our card base. Our card base is Smoky Slate cardstock, 4 1/4 by 11, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So we'll fold that in half along our score line and add a little bit of adhesive. And just a reminder, when you're applying Seal or Seal Plus to emboss cardstock, you want to go slowly so you don't pull up the cardstock. And we'll just layer that onto our card front, just like that. And then we're going to grab a couple of those sort of purple iridescent stars to add to our card here. Let's do one over here, and we'll do a little guy here. And we'll do another big one. Come here, you. Let's do one here. There we go. Isn't that cute? I love it. Like I said, I'm not a Halloween fan, but this suite is just so cute. I think I'm going to send Halloween cards to everyone this year just because I want to use this suite. Now on the inside of this one, I had some leftover DSP, so I just added a little strip of that to my white panel, and again, stamped that fun sentiment. Okay, so there is card number 2. Let's clean up some mess here. And we'll get to my very favorite. I love these little bats. Look at how sweet they are. They're so cute. Oh my goodness, I love them. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this card. It's way easier than it looks thanks to this awesome, what's it called? Picture this die. I almost forgot, but I remembered. All right, so look at how cute this is, okay? It is not a normal color for Halloween. You're absolutely right, Louise. And I think that's maybe what I like about it. It's not like your typical orange and black, which is kind of fun. So to start, I have my Smoky Slate. This started out as a Smoky Slate panel, 4 by 5 1/4. Then I ran it through with the Picture This dies. Now this the die cuts all of these circles at once. Like you put it through and done. So quick and easy. And then I ran it through with my star-crossed embossing folder. Okay, so we've got texture, we've got die cuts. It's just fantastic. Now this is eventually going to layer onto a Flirty Flamingo panel. We're going to do that in a couple minutes. First, we need to layer some pieces behind 2 of the windows. Okay, now you're going to see these are way bigger than they need to be. It doesn't matter because we're going to cover up those openings in a few minutes anyway. So I'm going to flip this over. This guy is going to go up here in this upper corner. So we're just going to take and add a little bit of glue sort of around that opening. Come on. And we're going to pop that on. And again, we're not going to worry about the fact that it's kind of trailing into that opening there. We're not going to see it. Okay, so there's one. And then the other one, this guy is going to go down in this corner. And again, I have square, like this was just a rough cut square. This was a punch that I didn't end up using. Doesn't really matter because again, the shapes are not seen. So they're just kind of whatever random scraps you've got. Okay, so that's as much as we need to do. Now we can go ahead and layer that onto our Flirty Flamingo panel. So this panel is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's going to give us a nice narrow 1/16 of an inch border. So I'm going to take and apply some liquid glue to the back of my die cut panel here. I can put it all over the DSP because it's just going to stick flat. So we're going to pop this on just like that, centered on our Flirty Flamingo panel. Okay, so far so good. All right, now I have these adorable little bats. Now these were cut, again, using the same Picture This die. I just centered different circles in the die over various images on the DSP and then ran them through. So this cute little bat is gonna go upside down here. So we'll add a couple of dimensionals, maybe 3, to the back of this guy. I'm sorry, Louise. Actually, no, I'm not. I love this die. It's really, really fun. So many possibilities with it. Okay, so there's bat number 1. Now we're going to do our little trick-or-treating bat here. You know, and I'm not even a fan of bats. Like, I remember when I was younger, living in an apartment, I ended up with a bat in my apartment. It was a basement apartment. Explain to me how I got a bat in my basement apartment. Anyway, it freaked the heck out of me. Ended up calling a pest control place and stayed at my friend's house that night because I was so freaked out. But I gotta say, these little bats are just so cute. Like, look how cute this chubby little bat is. He's so sweet. All right. All right, so we're gonna pop this little guy in here. So I'm just basically centering them over the die cut hole. And there we go. Okay. And then we have a little moon here. We're gonna add a dimensional to that one as well. And pop that one on. This guy I think is gonna go this way. So again, we just want to kind of center them over the die cut. And there we go. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. All right, now that is ready to glue onto our card base. Okay, our card base is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So we're going to fold that in half along our score line. And we're going to pop that onto our card base. Add a little bit of adhesive. I can go faster with my seal because this isn't embossed. So we'll pop this guy on right here. There we go. Okay, and then we need our little sentiment. So I have a little scrap of Flirty Flamingo here and my Memento black ink. And I'm going to pull in this little sentiment that says, "Hey boo." But I'm not going to worry about the hey. I will stamp both, but I'm going to just fussy cut out the boo because that's all I want. You could absolutely, you know what? Maybe we'll add the hey. Why not? It's cute. So I'm just going to take my snips and I'm going to trim around my letters, or my words rather. This does not have to be super fancy or super neat. Okay. We can add this little guy on here. Let's do that because it's cute. We're going to change it up because we can. All right. Design on the fly tonight. We're going to add this little guy right here. Okay. And then, of course, we're going to add some more of our stars. So, again, I've got the purple and the black this time. So, we're going to add, we'll go 3 black and 3 purple. How's that sound? We'll do a big purple up here. And a small purple down here. Whoops. Where'd you go? I thought I had it. Apparently I didn't. We'll do this guy here. And we'll do a big purple right here. There we go. Isn't that cute? Oh, there's the purple I thought I had. It was stuck to my finger. All right. Now, my favorite part of this card is actually the inside. Look at what I did. I fussy cut out this little guy and had him hanging from the sentiment. Stamped the sentiment on some Flirty Flamingo. And I think that would be cute on a card just by itself. But there you go. There's card number 3. Now, isn't this set adorable? Like, even if you are not a fan of Halloween, it's just so, so cute. So everybody I know is going to get Halloween cards this year because I just want to play with this set. All right, let me pull in all of our projects. So we had 1, 2, and 3. There we go. I hope you like these. I just absolutely adore this set. And like I said, if you don't want to spend a ton of money on Halloween stuff, just get the DSP. It is super cute. And all of the images on these cards came from the DSP. All right. Okay, everybody, I'm so glad you like these. I hope you have a fantastic week. This Saturday, I hope you plan to join me for my World Card Making Day One Sheet Wonder Facebook Live. So I'm going live on Saturday morning at 9:30 Eastern Time. Would you like to see a little sneak peek of the projects that we're going to make? I'll show you real quick. So I've done them up. It's a one sheet wonder, so you can do this with any DSP. I've done 2 different ones, but I'm actually going to use a totally different DSP on Saturday just to show how versatile it is. So here are some fall cards using the gorgeous Blackberry Beauty Suite. So all of these cards, including these 3 fun folds. So there's an arrow fold, we have a book fold, and we have, I don't even know what this one's called. Some other fun folds. So all of these were made with 1 12 by 12 sheet of designer series paper and then cardstock and elements from the ephemera kit. Okay, so that's that one. And then using the exact same one sheet wonder layout, I put together some Christmas cards using the Whimsy and Wonder. Can't remember what it's called. But there you go. Okay, so again, these are 2 possibilities using the same one sheet wonder layout, but I'm going to do a third totally different one on Saturday. So I hope you'll join me. I will walk you through how to cut your DSP, and I will post sort of the card base sizes that you're going to need, and we're going to have some fun stamping together on Saturday morning. All right. Okay, everybody, have a fantastic week. I will hopefully see you on Saturday. If not, I will see you next Tuesday for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. Bye for now.